Hello there and welcome back to Spain, where I'm currently in a pretty bad spot. I was at war with Burgundy, which ended up going real horrible, and a direct result of that is that I have no manpower, or had no manpower. I basically wasted my entire manpower in that war, and also the game decided that what used to be colonies ended up being not colonies anymore, and I actually have to call them the Creek provinces, the Inca, the Aztec, every single thing that I took that wasn't overextended, turned overextended. I believe it's something with that they will turn just a little while after they actually have been converted. And I was not aware of that, and as a direct result, I now have a ton of rebels to deal with. So for the time being, we'll have some problems with prestige. It should go it should go well. I just need to allow myself to regain some of it, and we'll most likely go after the Portuguese pretty soon to take their American holdings, and also take their, I believe this and this. That'll be enough to actually, I believe, block them off from being able to colonize the eastern parts of Asia. We'll see how it turns out. Widespread opposition, stability hit. We do need better whips. But for the time being, I'll just wait until these two are cored. That should basically be enough to bring me out of this hell that I'm currently in. So while I wait for that to happen, I'll be doing a little bit of colonization. It takes over a year now for my colonies to get to the inland provinces here. So it takes quite a while to simply set up the colonies. So I'll be using probably some money to upgrade my provinces to get better buildings and such. So we'll see how this turns out. But for the time being, I'll just be focusing on allowing my manpower to regenerate, basically build up my armies, and prepare for another war against Burgundy. Because I'm not giving up this simple or this easily. That wouldn't be fair, I think. So we'll be trying or continuing in this case to try and screw over everyone who has been a pain to deal with. So as of now, not really that much I want to do. Try and complete some of the colonies, find the higher tax ones, and probably also continue the process of taking the west coast. And then we'll see if we can do some colonization in Asia, or stop Portugal. We'll simply have to see how it turns out. But for the time being, as I said, we'll be trying to get ourselves into a position where we won't have a ton of rebels and such to deal with. But as you can see here, the rebels are pretty damn hard hitting, and I only lose infantry. I don't actually lose cavalry or cannons. So it seems that might have too little cavalry in my armies. We might have to rectify that. Even probably add some cannons. I might add. We'll think. So we'll build some more cannons and we'll add them into my army. And of course, I'll be building some more armies too. Once I have, I do have the money. So I'll probably upgrade them soon enough. But enough chit chat. I'll just wait to get myself out of this situation, and then we'll see how it all turns out. There are two pieces of positive news here. First of all, we have Diplomatic Tech 12, the Wharf, which gives I can now build naval equipment manufactory as well as a trade company apparently. And Congo has accepted the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to become our vassals. We now get half of their monthly tax income. So basically now the coast of Africa is starting to get a little bit safer, at least the west coast. And as you can see, I do have a lot of colonies that needs to be cored. But for the time being, I'll be focused on getting the quality ideas before anything else. So I won't be doing too much. Apparently Poland snatched a guy in front of me. I should probably pay a little bit more attention to these guys. I'm pretty sure I'll get every single one of these for the time being. I wish there was some sort of function where you can actually just invest the 5 points around, even just tell them to distribute them evenly, so I don't actually have to do that myself. Because as it is now, it is kind of annoying. But for the time being, as I said, fight rebels, and then we'll see how things actually end up turning out. As you can see, I'm now under 100% overextension, and that is good because that means that now I can start focusing on other things. I won't have as much rebels, so as you can see, my prestige will take a decade to fix. But if I set up a couple more colonies, I will be getting some extra prestige simply from getting them. Apparently, achievement unlocked market control. Probably thanks to this thing here. I believe it's let's see it close. Be trade leader of 7 different goods. Well, that's interesting and fair enough. But we should be fine even so. And I did not aim to get that, but well, good I got it though. So as I said, I'm currently trying to rebuild some of my armies to be prepared in case of attacks, and that should also help a little bit with my prestige, I think. Just a little tiny bit. I have no idea if it actually will help, but I can at the very least hope. So we'll see how it all actually ends up turning out. I think I'll upgrade my armies now to about 20k regiments, at least in Europe. So we'll be dealing with Burgundy, I think, pretty soon. There is some problems here, and that is that the Burgundians are basically turning some of their provinces, or provinces of the Empire Burgundian, and thus we are losing cores. But as you can see, there's a lot of the Empire that needs to be retaken, and that probably will be rather soon. So we'll see how this turns out. Burgundy present me as a rival. Pretty sure that the French and Austrian attitudes will change as my prestige gets nicer, better. Call it whatever you want, improved, so that shouldn't actually be a problem. Rebels in Toulouse will be dealt with shortly. Just have these guys join up the army, and then we'll take them out. But as I said here, I will be setting up, I think, some more colonies now, just to get this done, more or less. And other than that, not really that much to report. So we'll see how it all turns out. I think I'll go for 6 colonies. It will help with my prestige issues. So I'll get back on my feet, and then we'll go for a war against the Portuguese. Admin Tech 12 has been reached, which gives me a Fine Arts Academy along with Administrative Monarchy and Administrative Republic. Potentially that means that I should consider going from a feudal monarchy to, well, an administrative one, because of the fact that it gives some better modifiers in terms of efficiency and tax modifier. What really will be one for here is the absolute monarchy, thanks to revealed risk and discipline. That'll help out quite a bit. We'll probably go for that one once we get there. But as of now, I'll just be rebuilding my armies, as I said. So we'll probably build another 20k man regiment and place here. We'll have it take Galicia, and we'll most likely, as I said, go after Portugal with the goal of taking this area here and Fernando Po, which will more or less, well, of course we got a comment as well, why not? But as I was saying, that'll allow me to virtually, I believe, block off Portugal, especially if I take most of the colonies here. It's 6 colonies, 7, 8 with this one. So that is the target, and that is what we will be trying to take in the eventful or future war against the Portuguese. So we'll see how things turn up there. But for the time being, we'll be plotting another war against Burgundy, because I need to get rid of them. They have been allowed to be grown a little bit too strong. I'm currently the big boy or big boss in Europe. What I could do potentially as of that is to try and get myself into the good graces of Russia and ally them. As you can see here, a colony has been finished. It gave me quite a bit of prestige boost, and that is very positive for my future goals. So let's see, how many colonies do I have right now? I have 5. I will be having 6 or 7 for the most part, and the reason why I do not have it right now is because I want to save up some money, build some Fine Arts Academy, build everything that I can, more or less. Probably build some constables and temples. So we'll have to see, and I'll probably build some naval buildings too to boost my naval force limits. But for the time being, as I said, focus on colonization and focus on allowing my nation to get back up on its feet. Shouldn't take more than at most 5-10 years. So we'll see if we can change things up. Diplomatic Tech 13 has been reached, Grand Shipyard and Road. I can now build Grand Shipyards and a road network basically, so nothing interesting. My army is back at basically full strength now, so all that remains is to get my prestige up as well as manpower, and such the Portuguese basically made himself a prime target for that. I'm still actually trying to get friendly with the Russians, and that is potentially one way of getting something done, but it should help out quite a bit. I'll accept that royal marriage offer from Benin, and I'll also be, as you might imagine, we'll take that manpower boost. But for the time being, I'll just be focusing on getting my army back up and going, as I said. And then we'll go for a war against Portugal. And the easiest way to actually do that, as you can see, they're only allied with Galicia. So there's no real, how should I put this? There's no real negative point at all for me to actually go ahead and declare war on them. The funny thing here is that if I wanted to, I could actually have declared a... I just thought about it. I could have declared a claim or claimed the throne of Burgundy, because we do have the same house. And that just, I just realized that right now, and I will never get another royal marriage with them, so it doesn't really matter. But what I can get lucky is a lucky inheritance, I guess, by some way, but I kind of doubt it. So we will definitely be focusing on trying to screw over Burgundy, have them hand back the land they have taken, more or less. And other than that, I won't be doing too much other than colonizing. So for the time being, we'll simply sit by and see how things go. And that is basically what I've been doing for a while now. So my apologies for mostly an eventful episode. We'll see if we can spice it up before the end. Black news indeed. Apparently my guy already died, and as a direct result, Philippe II the Trastamare is now taking the throne. I get 10 free Imperial Authority points, which actually pushes me up far enough to get the third reform. So now we have reformed the Hofgarage. Garage, I have no idea how it's actually pronounced, my apologies again. Reduced legislative independence by making the Emperor the final legal authority within the Empire. The Emperor gets yearly prestige plus 0.5, co-creation cost minus 10%. I would really have liked this about, well, 20 years ago, when the natives started causing trouble. My hair is actually pretty good, he's fair, so can't complain on that score. The electors have elected Philippe II of Spain as the new emperor, which is quite good as well. So for the time being, I'll be focusing on, first of all, getting my prestige back, 5 more years it seems, and it will be at 0. And as long as I actually have my, let's see, I can we'll pulse the Anti-Piracy Act, will give me a little bit boost there. But it will actually take a while before I can get that military idea, it seems, so that is quite bad. But I've at least boosted my manpower a little bit by building a lot of buildings to help that. But what I will have to do now is wait for stability to boost that. And, well, I can't actually go and take down Galicia because of the fact they are in an alliance with Portugal. But they are only allied with each other, so I'll most likely end up in a war with them pretty soon anyways. So for the time being, I'll just prepare a fleet here with men, so I can actually just dump them on Portugal before they actually realize what's happening. And then we will be, then we'll basically be set, I think. Place about 60,000 men here, just to be sure. We don't want to get ourselves into a war that turns out to be more problematic than expected. So I'll be moving these 20,000 men down here as well. Well, basically on this side, and we'll be placing these guys on the other side. I'm a little bit unsure how many men Portugal actually has, so let's take a quick look here. Where is the Portuguese? Persia. We'll sort them by country then, because I have a nagging suspicion that they only have, they only actually have those 20,000 men that are currently standing in their mainland here. So if I could just get my navy ready here with an army, I'm basically set to take everything or take it whatever I want. So I'll send these guys up there, and I'll get my transports ready, I think, or the transport ship in this case. 20 of them I have, so I'll get them ready to do their work here. But once I've taken, I hopefully can take all of these colonies, so I should save some admin points just in case it will be rather expensive. But at the very least, if I can take them, I'm pretty sure I will be set for getting some other things done as well. So I can't at least complain on that score. And I'll also continue building some more colonies. So we'll be preparing now for the war against Portugal, and I'll probably declare it rather soon. It'll help very much when it comes to prestige, so we'll see how it turns out. I guess we are more or less ready for war here on the Portuguese. I have no idea where the troops actually are. Most likely in Porto. I can't actually see anywhere else they would be. Or probably in Morocco itself. Can't really say that I care too much about that. But yeah, it's basically time for war here. I simply need to get that claim fabricated, and I'll start another one. And I think that will be enough. Or do you know what? We'll just screw that and get ready for war here. I don't really care too much about how the Portuguese actually end up here. I'll be sieging Portugal itself, and that should be, well, enough to get the colonies off their hands. And by taking the colonies, I will definitely be weakening them quite a bit. So it'll be interesting to see how this actually turns out. As you can see, I have improved my stability back to 0, and I also have basically almost back to zero when it comes to prestige as well. So that is at the very least very well, promising. So for the time being, we'll just get our troops ready, and we'll be declaring war now on the Portuguese, and that should be enough to, well, take a small revenge for everything that has gone wrong. It's not really their fault, but in South America, sorry, Natal, I believe that is the one province they have in Africa. Yeah, we'll simply go for take Natal. Everything else is in South America, yes. Good. Wait a minute, where is Fernando Po? So this is actually not counted as a colony anymore. That sucks, but I can live with that. We'll take Natal. Oh, Espirito Santo. Can live with that too. So we'll go ahead. I actually continue the Reconquista. I have no idea when I'll cancel that mission because apparently I took it once and I completely forgot about it. But yeah, we'll take Natal and just get this over with. I'll simply do troop movements now, and then we'll well, fight the war next time. I guess it should be fun at the very least. So the Portuguese has, as you know, about 20,000 troops, and they are most likely in Morocco. And the fact that I now decided to march on them will definitely be a scary thing for them, because, well, they can't actually protect themselves. If I more or less take every single one of their colonies, that means it's game over for them. They can't really do anything. They can only sit here, and I will be laughing while they lose virtually everything they have. So for now, I'll be getting the sieges done, and then we'll see how it all turns out. Got a new colony too, so we're doing pretty well. And, well, it's probably this one that's done. Nope, it's not, but I'll just recall that guy. Apparently I ran into the Portuguese fleet, not a happy thing, so drop these guys off there. And now everything is set for next time. So sorry for giving you a boring and repetitive episode while I've basically just been fixing my problems. But now by dealing with Portugal, I should get a little bit extra strength. And hopefully I can get my alliances up with Austria, with France, possibly Bavaria and Bohemia as well. If I do that, then I'm pretty sure we can deal with Burgundy. And Burgundy needs to be dealt with. I basically need to take back what's part of the Roman Empire, due to the fact that it will give me imperial authority. And all in all, it will be rather positive. So that's the plan. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like. And I'll see you around next time. Bye.